Bharat Mata Ki Jai. Hello, good day, and God bless you, ladies and gentlemen. I am Sarath C, and it is my profound joy to welcome you, to step into a realm where the mind's secrets are not taught, but unveiled, where psychology is not just a subject, but a living investigation guiding us toward clarity and transformation. Today's journey is into the very foundation of psychological science. The fundamentals of psychology is laid out in the NIOS Senior Secondary Psychology curriculum. This is where your exploration of mind, behavior, and self truly begins. This is your launchpad from curiosity to mastery. And we are not merely reciting a syllabus, we are embarking on an investigative odyssey that connects each lesson to your life, your awakening, your destiny. At the head of our map lies Foundations of Psychology, the bedrock of this discipline. Here, we ask, what is psychology? What does it truly study? And how do psychologists peer into the opaque world of mind using scientific methods? This module equips you with tools, methods of inquiry and basic statistics that reveal how psychology differs from common notions and folklore. You'll learn to question, to observe, to collect evidence, and to understand that emotion and anecdote, however compelling, must bow to systematic analysis. From here, we step into basic psychological processes, the machinery of the mind, made vivid through real-world experience. In lessons on attention and sensory perception, you uncover how reality is filtered by what your mind chooses to focus on and what it dismisses. In memory, thinking, problem solving, you find that recollection is not a video replay but a reconstruction, that thought is shaped by bias, emotion, and past patterns. Learning, motivation, emotion, these are not abstract theories, but currents that steer your everyday. Under the microscope of investigation, you will see that your habits, your focus, your emotional resilience are all governed by these processes, and that they can be shaped, refined, corrected. Then we move into human development, the arc of growth from infancy to maturity, revealing how we evolve physically, mentally, emotionally. You don't study development only to teach others, you study it to understand and heal yourself. Adolescence is not just teenage confusion, it is a forging of identity. Adulthood is not stability, it is an unfolding of responsibility and vision. This insight gives you empathy for your own journey and those around you, guiding, healing, empowering. Next, individual differences lifts the curtain on selfhood. Who are you? Not the labels others have pasted on you, but the unique pattern of your personality, your intelligence, your responses. Psychological inquiry here is not a test, it's a mirror. It empowers you to recognize your strengths, to craft strategies for growth, to steer your own ship toward your chosen horizon. Group processes brings us to the social mesh in which every individual is embedded. Here, psychology exposes the invisible forces that sway us: conformity, persuasion, leadership, intergroup conflict. These are not manipulative tricks, they are dynamics to understand. Knowledge here means you can lead with insight, resist negative influence, and nurture positive community. Carefully placed within the course is health and well-being. It speaks not of distant therapy rooms, but of the everyday struggles within us: anxiety, stress, mental health challenges. Understanding these is not a label, it is a lifeline. It equips you to meet your vulnerability with understanding, compassion, action. Let's recall the official modules and their critical highlights. Foundations of Behavior 1, Understanding Psychology, Methods of Psychological Inquiry, Biological Bases of Behavior, Sensory Processes, Perception and Attention. Foundations of Behavior 2, Learning, Memory and Forgetting, Thinking, Individual Differences, Motivation, Emotion. Human Development, Nature and Stages of Development, Factors influencing growth, adolescence, adulthood and personality. Personality, nature of personality, approaches, adjustment, self-control and moral development, strategies for personality development. Group processes, nature of groups, social influence, leadership, intergroup conflicts. Optional modules, world of work and stress, vocational themes, stress processes, management, well-being. The syllabus also clearly maps these into units and chapters: Foundations of Psychology, Key Psychological Processes, Developmental Processes, Self and Personality, Social and Applied Psychology, Work and Stress, Early Childhood Education. But this channel will not stop at recitation. It will bring each module to life. When we discuss methods of inquiry, you will experiment, design your own mini observation or survey. In perception and attention, you will test illusions, uncover inattentional blindness. In memory and forgetting, you will witness how context, emotion, and repetition sculpt what you remember. In motivation and emotion, you will dissect your drives, what fuels you, what drains you, and learn to shift the chemistry of motivation. In development, you will see your own growth reflected in questions of trust, identity, purpose. In personality, you will not be boxed by labels. You will learn to craft strategies for self-control, moral clarity, and growth. In group psychology, you will learn to lead with empathy, resist peer pressure, foster unity, resolve conflict. In stress and well-being, you will learn that well-being is not a state, but a practice, of mind, of routine, of chemistry. This is not academic knowledge, it is mental alchemy. This is not a channel, it is an investigative process, a life laboratory. Each module is a clue, each concept a tool, each insight a key unlocking pockets of resilience, clarity, purpose. When you study psychology here, not to pass exams, but to understand yourself, to empathize with others, to steer your life with awareness, you do more than learn, you transform. And let us not forget our heritage. The ancient Indian traditions always taught us that self-knowledge is liberation, that balance of mind and body is the highest aim. Now, empowered by modern psychological science, we have the words, the models, and the methods to realize that balance. This channel is the ground where ancient wisdom meets modern investigation, where your inner life becomes your laboratory, where you step from being a passive student into a conscious investigator. So whether you are stepping into neo-psychology for the first time, or seeking more than just marks, I invite you, walk this path with me. Let every chapter become a discovery. Let every lesson become a mirror. Let every insight fuel growth. This is more than a syllabus. It is your invitation to mastery of the mind, the foundation of every journey greater than yourself. Bharat Mata Ki Jai. Welcome to the foundations of psychology. Welcome to the investigation. Welcome to the transformation.